Wexford. We're gonna pick up the, well actually you're gonna see it later in the video, I won't uncover it just yet. We got a really good deal on the bike, and we actually went to check it out a few days ago and decided put the deposit down. We got a really good deal. We got the tire warmers, RST unused boots, which Masha here is gonna be using, extra set of rims, and the entire bike which runs. It needs a bit of work done to it. Once we uncover the bike, we'll go through what needs to be done.
Yeah, overall a steal of a bike. We're cash ready. Cash ready. We'll see you next clip.
How are you guys? So this is the bike here. So it's the GSX-R K5 600. Garrett, the owner, actually had a spill in Mondello with it. So there's a few things that needs to be done. There's loads of spares there. The rims, the head, we just need to put it back together, order a few bits, and it's going to be ready for Saturday, we hope, in Mondello. That's pretty much it. We'll update you when we get back home, when we get the bike in, as to what needs to be done, how much are the parts going to be, and you're going to see the whole assembly of the bike later on as well. Just when you're tying your bike, it's very important to go around the tri-climb, because that's a secure point of the bike and it's not going to bend.
Good job. Going on cycling.
We'll do the same for the other side. Hello, it's a beautiful day out here in Dublin today, which means that we have to do a bit of work. Today we have the GSX-R600 that we went to pick up a couple of weeks ago. Haven't had a chance to do any work on it, but today it's on the repertoire. This is the GSX-R itself. We haven't had a chance to assess too much, so the first thing we're gonna do is the oil change. We'll show you how to do it. Today we're gonna drain the oil, change the oil filter. The oil is warm enough, so we're gonna drain the oil now. You're gonna be able to see it in a second, and we'll update you if we do any more work today. I'll show you the current condition of it. The owner came off, you can see it just there, and what happened is he broke the rear set. We bought a new rear set with the new shifting rod here, which needed to be replaced. So we just need to hook it back up, and that should hopefully work. The one issue that I can see is the bike was sitting out in the rain, so there's a bit of rust kind of everywhere, but we need to wash the bike and then we'll actually see what kind of condition is it in. I'll actually just turn it on for you guys here. This is it there, I mean it works calmly. What you'll need is just down, all the way down here, there's a 20mm socket. So I need to grab a wrench and drain the oil. We let that drain, and we also have to be careful. We need to change the washer. Ideally, every time you change the oil. I have a couple of new washers just in the back. The oil looks good. It hasn't been changed in probably 2 years, but there's no metal debris, which is the most important factor, and that's pretty much it. Let it drain and we'll be back to you in a couple of minutes after the oil drains. So there's our local hero.
So yeah, I decided to go out last Saturday to Mondello. And
Big mistake, didn't come out with me.
Big mistake, yeah.
Yeah.
Came out rode there as well, and was very eager to get out on track. Just the first lap I was out, turn 3, cold tires I'd say was my downfall there. High-sided off the bike, broke a bone on my hand, bruised up my collarbone, and most importantly, damaged my ego. That was the hardest thing. I got the escort to Tala University Hospital in the ambulance, and it all worked out in the end because I got a free ticket to Mondello in August. So
Shout out to Ken and
yeah,
Darren.
shout out to Ken in Mondello Park. Yeah, and just in terms of damage, cosmetics I'd say. You have some fairing. My plan is to replace all of the fairings anyway on this MT-07. It's a 4-piece kit, so it's not too much. Going down to brake lever, bent, probably get a new one to be honest with you. Exhaust, this really expensive Yoshimori exhaust, gone, broken.
Yeah, massive loss.
Yeah, I have a coolant leak coming out of here. I think a gasket is gone.
Yeah, we're suspecting a gasket unless the cover is bent, but I'm pretty sure it's gasket. We'll see how we get
I
on with
hope
that.
so. The slider did its job. I don't know. It didn't really slide, but it just. You can blame the Chinese.
Don't buy these brand Savage sliders. This was broken off as well.
Lost an indicator and annihilated my handlebar.
Yeah, and also the throttle tube as well
Yeah,
is broken off. You can see the plastic inside it that's broken off. It still works, but it still needs to be changed. And the lever as well. So yeah, not too bad for a high side. Now that the oil has drained, next thing we're doing is taking the oil filter off. Now guys, be careful. Even though you did drain the oil down on the oil drain plug, oil filter will still have oil in it, so be careful when you're doing that. Now this is a handy little yoke. Sometimes it doesn't work for some reason. People over tighten these oil filters. It was only hand tight, so it actually works. And also don't overpay for the oil filter wrenches, because most case scenario you can get it on Amazon for like 7 or 8 or 10 euros, whereas reputable brands will charge you for this exact same thing 40 or 50 or 60 euro. Just unscrew it. There was definitely not fully synthetic oil there, which I'm not too happy with, but it is what it is. We'll let that oil drain, we'll wipe off the exhaust pipes, we'll pop the new filter on there, which we bought just today, and we'll then start popping new oil, fresh oil into the engine. Right, so majority of that oil is nice and drained. In the meantime, I got the oil filter, so we're using the high flow oil filters. I mean, for what we're gonna be using this bike for, it's gonna be great. Now, one thing you have to remember, even though, so the oil filter comes with a rubber ring, right? It's pre-installed, and also companies that sell them usually pre-lube them, but just in case it hurts nothing for you to lube them as well, just always do it. It's as simple as that. Now, some people fill up this oil filter with the oil before they actually install it. Like, I don't know if there's any actual benefit to it. we're just gonna fill up the bike with oil, and the oil is gonna go through the oil filter anyways. So pop it back on, and please remember there's no need to over tighten the oil filter. Just do it hand tight. My hands are greasy now, so I can't tighten it easily. So now that's nice and tight. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put the oil in. So ideally, and the oil we're gonna be using is 1040 fully synthetic. Put the oil drain plug back in with the fresh washer to be tightened on 23 or 25 Newton meters of torque. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that's nice and tight there. So after we got the drain plug back in, nice and torqued down, our filter is hand tight, fresh filter in, oil is drained. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some oil. We're gonna be using lube oil there. So this one I'm gonna be popping into my bike because my bike needs a bit of work. I need to change the oil. Well, oil is drained already all over Mondello Park actually. So we're gonna be using this one, lube 1040 fully synthetic oil. All the oils will have an indicator on the side of it. So this is 4-liter bottle, and you have an indicator. Some of them have ounces and liters, some of them only have liters. So this one is only liters, so we're gonna need 3.1 liters of oil when you're changing the oil filter as well. When you're not changing the oil filter, it's 2.7. Okay, so 3.1 liters when you're changing the oil filter as well. Yeah, this is pretty much a boring process now. So what we're gonna do for a start is pour around 3 liters of oil or less. We have an indicator here in the engine casing as to how much the engine is getting filled. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill it up until we see only oil in there. Turn the bike on, let it pull the oil through the system, through the oil filter. Let it pull all the oil through the system, and then check this little, I'll show you here, this little indicator. So the general rule of thumb is that in and around, like this is how it should look like, right? General rule of thumb is if you see only air, not good, only oil, not good, air and oil, good. So this is kind of perfect, ideally kind of in the middle, but it doesn't really make a difference if it's, you know, if you see both air and oil there, it's fine. Just make sure that your bike is on the flat surface, and once it's on the flat surface, that it's not on the kickstand or anything like that. It should be kind of completely upright and level, and then check your oil level. Next thing is to start it up, let the oil circulate to the system. Let the bike heat up a bit, and then in terms of the oil, the bike is ready. Now, just having fish and chips there for a break, but look, he can use both hands to eat, but not to do a bit of work. Next thing we're doing Actually, I don't know what the next thing we're doing. Oh yeah. So the next thing we're doing, other than cleaning up this mess we made, is we're gonna clean it, wash it. Now for the next part of the video, we're gonna clean the chain. What you're gonna need is the chain brush. Once again, doesn't really matter what brand it is. The chain brush you can buy cheap off Amazon or off eBay. You can even find it cheap locally, as long as it's not Motul branded or something. They're gonna be fairly cheap. You're gonna need the chain cleaner. Again, doesn't really matter what brand it is. What you need to do is get rid of the old chain lube, dry it really good, and apply the new chain lube. Be careful is never put your hand here or fingers, because if it gets caught in the sprocket, it'll cut clean off. Another thing is never do it with the bike running or in the gear. Safety measure that everyone should take, that's all. And what I forgot to mention is get yourself a rag or something to wipe the chain and wipe the dirt clean off. Ideally, you're gonna need to apply the chain lube on a dry chain. Now the next thing is lubing the chain. We're gonna lube the chain with you can really use any chain lube. They all have its pros and cons. What we're gonna use is the aerosol one from Motul, which is factory line. Now Motul doesn't sponsor this video or anything. It's just a really good chain lube that I found works the best for me. So the way we're gonna do it is we're just gonna lube the links. Again, bike always turned off, you know, neutral, so you can freely spin the wheel and just lube it up. And when it comes to lubing the chain, that's pretty much all there is. And also don't forget to clean your front sprocket as well after every season. Do it once a year after every season, because there's a lot of grime that gets built up in there, chain lube and lots of, you know, bits that you pick up on the road. So it would be advisable to clean the front sprocket as well. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the bike. We have a pressure washer there. We have a couple of brushes here, loads of sponges there. So next thing is we're gonna wash the bike, clean it thoroughly, and actually have a look at the bike. So this is the bike with the fairings on. We're missing these two pieces of fairing, which we're still thinking which way we're gonna do it. So one of the options is to melt the plastic, kind of plastic stick into it, which screws in from this side and the other side. So that goes there, and the other one goes here. Another option is to try to fix it with plexiglass. We'll see how that will work. But the main thing is we need it because of the screen. So the screen will kind of go into here. We'll see how that will work. But this is the bike now that it's washed up. It looks good. I still want to go test it.
A few moments later.
Woo!